Welcome to the Campaign Gymnasium here in Woodbury, where last year we saw the heroics to beat all heroics. But tonight, the Audubon Green Wave visit the Woodbury Thundering Herd in the first round of South Jersey Group 1. Hello, everybody. I'm Dan Wilkins, joined by Damian Witters. It's great to be back here in the Campaign Gymnasium, and it's great to see Woodbury, despite another 500 record at 13-15, they have shown all of South Jersey what it means to play a tough schedule, because those 15 losses were not in vain. Plainfield, Camden, East St. Louis, the Patrick School. I could go on and on. They have played some of the best, and now they're ready to be the best here in South Jersey Group 1.
Absolutely, Dan. And even though Mark DeRogeris and his squad, they've lost a couple of seniors here for this season to seniority last year. They tried to give themselves a little bit of a challenge. With like you said, the Plainfields, the Camdens, the East St. Louis coming over from I believe that is Missouri.
Yeah,
I believe it is. Yeah,
well, it's technically Illinois, just across the Missouri borderline. But Damian, I'll tell you this is an Audubon team. We were talking about it before we started the first game today, that is really going to rely on their interior defense. They've got Azon Young, who puts up a double-double almost every night. He's not a big three-point shooter, but he's somebody who's a combo guard who can really get inside, slash through all of the defenders, and find his way to the rim and draw fouls. So for them, that's their big key. Woodbury's got the three-point shooting. They've got a little bit of speed. Audubon's got that lockdown defense that's going to try to take down the Herd tonight.
Absolutely, and that's going to be the key for Audubon in this squad. Really step out on those shooters, but be able to recover and not get beat to the cup. I think that, like you said, the interior defense is really going to be something they stand behind tonight.
And again, Woodbury, they were almost out of the playoffs in the first round last year to 12-seed Glassboro. It took that ESPN Sports Center half-court shot to win it, and that propelled them all the way to a sectional final where they lost to Haddon Township. Where they won versus Haddon Township, won the sectional final. Now they're back trying to make another run where instead of a 5-seed, they're the number 7 seed. So we've got a great night of basketball ahead. Burlington City fell to Woodbury 48-10 in the first round of the girls tournament, but now on the boys side, not a lot of empty seats in this gym tonight. We're going to take a quick break. Audubon and Woodbury coming up in just a moment here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. Well, the lights are out here at Woodbury. We're almost ready to go here for the first round of South Jersey Group 1. Again, it was 1 year and 2 days ago that Woodbury on this very floor sent us into the stratosphere with a game-winning half-court heave by Devin Williams, who now as a junior still lines the floor with his brother Kevin, and he'll have the Audubon Green Wave to face in the first round in the 10-7 matchup here from the Cap Payne Gymnasium. I'm Dan Wilkins. I'm joined by Damian Waiters on the call. We've got Ben Weldon, our producer today. A little bit of a change for Audubon. Eric Young is not going to play tonight. He is listed as a DNP on the roster. But Connor Chester and CJ Hood are under it. For the Green Wave and for the Herd, we are underway. Already getting it started with Woodbury's first possession, led by Elijah Smith. Check that by Kevin Williams. Now Smith has the ball near the top of the key. He's going to roll out to the left side. Again, Woodbury, they've got the three-point shooting, but Audubon's got that interior defense that can really change the dynamic of the game. As a pull-up jumper, no good. Azon Young, the first player in Audubon school history with 1,000 points and 1,000 rebounds. Just shows how dominant of a career he had with the Green Wave. He recently committed to Ramapo College of New Jersey, up north in the NJAC. Chester to Young, the multi-sport athlete. Connor Chester, also a baseball player for the Green Wave, and legendary head coach Richie Horan. Young at the top, getting the pass from the Collingswood transfer, Braden Hibbs. Chester guarded heavily. He'll pull up from the baseline. No good. Rebounded by CJ Hood. Now another drive. Hood goes up, can't get it. And a clean save by the Herd. He's going to get the offensive rebound. It'll go back. Devin Williams moves inside, drives with the left hand, trying to draw the foul, and he'll get the basket to fall.
That was a great way to absorb contact right there by Williams. You can definitely see a lot of that by him and also his brother here early, Woodbury.
Yeah, the Williams twins, they get another turnover. It'll go back to Kevin. Up to the left side, blocked by Young, and it'll go out of bounds.
And that's kind of what we spoke about a little bit in the pregame, Dan, is that the interior defense here for Audubon is going to be something to speak about.
Certainly will be, as this will go out to Kevin Williams on the left side. Here comes a three from his brother Devin, airballed it. And it'll go back to Braden Hibbs. He gets the command from longtime head coach here at Audubon, Brian O'Donnell. Took the head coaching reins in 2018. But I'll tell you, Audubon, several years now of 500 or better contention, it has been a great stepping stone that Brian O'Donnell has built, along with assistant coaches Pat Driscoll and Ryan Boland. Audubon for the longest time was a 5, 6, 8 win team, almost perennially. You know, kind of like Gateway used to be. But they had a renaissance, and they had a really good season, made it to the sectional semis last year. Had a big buzzer beater from Liam Nixon last year over Paulsboro. And now they faced a team that was certainly known for their buzzer beater, propelling them to a strong playoff run. Young makes a man miss for three, no good. Bittner tried to get the rebound. Chester couldn't get it, and that will be out of bounds. It will go in the favor of the Herd. 5:29 left in the first.
O'Donnell may find a little bit of frustration. His Green Wave players so far, his starting five right now, is not finding it hard to get open shots, just finding it hard to make them.
Absolutely is moving in with the right hand, blazing speed, and it's good. 4-0 run by the Herd, and it's started off by number 5 in Jaden Farmer. The public address announcer acknowledged that he hit his 1,000th career point in a win over Bishop Eustis, another very tough team in the Olympic Conference. There's another steal. Hibbs trying to get a swipe at it at half court. Chester couldn't get it either. This will be a nice bounce pass. So 2 points each for Hood and Farmer, as it's a 4-0 lead. Not a lot of offense here in this first couple of minutes, but we'll see if these two teams can ramp it up. Here comes a triple from the corner, no good. Just got swatted away at the rim, and it'll go out of bounds. Woodbury retains possession.
One thing you got to love about Mark DeRogeris and his squad, you know, these Woodbury Thundering Herd, they haven't really dealt with too many size on the boys basketball team as far as height these past couple of years, but the athleticism has always been there, and he uses that to a great advantage no matter who he plays. And
again, you talk about that athleticism. Look at that speed there, moving into the paint, but stopping on a dime. as now this one, he'll go up, and referee calls a travel. That's the right call there, even though he got tangled up. That's the right call. And with 4:28 left in the first, Audubon, and again, Collingswood transfer in Braden Hibbs has possession. So Hibbs and KJ Rollins are two transfers to join the Green Wave this year. Rollins came over from Haddon Township. Hibbs came over from Collingswood, two Colonial Conference foes, now donning the green and white, as Young on the right side gets stuffed at the baseline on the pass by Chester. Hibbs gets to keep the possession alive. Now Young blazing past everybody. Right-hand lay, just falls out. Bittner, second chance. No good there. Rebound by the Herd, and it'll go back to Jaden Farmer, who's going to bring this one up the right side. Now Kevin Williams back out to CJ Hood, as here comes a deep three. No good. Bit of an aggressive shot there. Mark DeRogeris did not like that shot attempt at all, as in the black tie and suit, as many coaches should be. He'll take that one back to Audubon, as Bittner back to Hibbs from the semicircle. No good. Front iron. We'll go back to Hood. Devin Williams driving inside. No good. Young will slow it down with the rebound. Both of these teams playing super quickly.
Absolutely.
And Audubon with no points in 5 minutes. It's hurting them right now.
And even a situation like that where you get a pass up the floor up the quick from Young up to Hibbs, it's really just not needed. You're not getting pressured behind. You're not getting pressured behind the half-court line. You just got a chance to just dribble it up and really see the defense for what it is. You got to slow it down. That's on both sides. I
think Woodbury is going to do the same thing here. I think sometimes players get caught up in the moment of possession, miss,
yeah.
You know, rebound, steal. We all get caught up in it so much that your brain doesn't tell you to slow down. You have to kind of get it from somebody else, or you got to do it yourself. And I think that's what that's what Audubon was missing there, was that, they were picking up so many rebounds and Woodbury was missing so many shots that it didn't feel right to slow down. It felt like they needed to keep up. But no, it's absolutely the right thing to slow down. Young misses a top of the key three. I don't hate that shot, just I wish that they would have explored the other options, as 5 minutes in. Yeah, not the best shot selection here from either side. That ball gets through the legs of Young, and it'll go back to Rollins.
How about the defense here from Audubon these last couple of possessions here late in the first quarter?
Yeah,
really putting it together.
Really strong possessions here from Audubon, even though they have not scored their first point yet. Looking like an Olympic Conference game with the low scoring, as Hibbs, the senior, back to Young, to Chester, the junior, in the corner. 6'5", the center. Also dealing with the 6'4" power forward in Mike Bittner. 2:20 left in the first. Rollins, heavily guarded, gets a shoulder check, gets fouled. That's going to be called on Smith, Elijah Smith. And they'll roll this one over to the far sideline, as this will be inbounded by Braden Hibbs. Yeah, I would say for Braden Hibbs, made the right call coming to Audubon. I mean, with no disrespect, but Collingswood is 1-26 this year. Haddon Township, though, doing quite well, number 3 seed in this bracket. They face New Egypt tonight, 7:30 p.m. tip. Young, nice Euro, and he banks it off the glass with an open palm, and the Green Wave are on the board. It's 4-2.
Yeah, Woodbury wanted to travel right there, but that was a clean 2 steps. I don't really know what anybody was really looking up for. That was just a great 1-2 there by Azon Young.
That's what he does best. I mean, he absolutely just has a great first step to the basket, as that one goes for Woodbury. Smith gets the assist to Jaden Farmer, the 1,000-point scorer, and it's 6-2 Woodbury. That one goes up, and a foul will be called, as Chester got hit on his way up, and he'll go to the line for 2 shots. Connor Chester, as we mentioned, the multi-sport athlete, also plays baseball in the spring. We'll be seeing Audubon a handful of times in the baseball season this year, as his first shot is good. Chester, 291 points and 186 rebounds in 25 games. That'll do for an average of 11.2. 40 for 59, so just about 2/3 from the line, as Chester makes both. And it is now a 6-4 game.
Pretty big frame for a baseball guy, Chester.
Trust me, he's everyday first baseman for Rich Horan, and quite a slugger as well.
Great size on him.
I don't know which sport he's going to pursue in college, but I have to imagine that he would get offers or recruiting from both the diamond and the court. As with 1:10 left in the first, Chester It's Hibbs to Young. Guarded heavily by Kevin Williams. Young gets a jump stop, gets it back out.
Oh, my goodness.
Rolls it to Chester, rolls along the baseline. They're going to say Chester stepped out. And that'll be a turnover with 55 seconds left. Woodbury ball.
Right there on that last defensive possession for Woodbury, you cannot tell that you can really tell that they are keying in on Azon Young on the defensive side. He gets to the paint. Almost every single player except for one at the top of the key flashes down, just trying to bring some of that help side defense and alter that shot right there.
One of Woodbury's best attributes is being able, if a player has one single star, then it's Woodbury's specialty that they lock them down.
Yeah.
Well, I look at the last game we did for South Jersey last year. We did Woodbury and Pittman, South Jersey Group 1 semifinal. Who was the star in that game? Elijah Crispa. He was the star every single time the Pittman Panthers took the floor. They knocked him down. They got him in foul trouble. They did everything that they could. As Rollins, how about that? Nice bank off the rim, or off the glass on the right side, and the Haddon Township transfer and football player gets himself on the board. It's 7-6.
Great shot off the glass there.
Woodbury's going to hold here. They got 10 seconds. Kevin Williams trying to burn by Azon. He'll go back. Fired it out. The big man for three. No good. Off the glass. That will end the first quarter as Audubon takes a 1-point lead over Woodbury thanks to a 3-ball from KJ Rollins, the sophomore. We'll take a break. We've got three. Welcome back. Woodbury trails Audubon by 1 point. 7-6. Hibbs will inbound to Rollins to start the second quarter. This is the 10-7 game. Second game of the day. Woodbury girls took down the Burlington City Blue Devils easily, 48-10. No good. Young using his height. He scrambles, dives in front of the ball, and jump ball. Whistles are flying here. They're getting everybody separated. Young and Hibbs were in the middle of it. Chester as well.
It's Audubon team, and Coach O'Donnell, you can expect that the group of guys on the floor, they're really going to be hard hat, lunch pail type of guys. They fought hard. They fought really, really hard for that 13-13 season. And even though that they took 13 losses, you cannot discredit their 13 wins. They played a really, really tough schedule in and out of their division, I believe.
Yeah, no, Audubon played some very good teams. I mean, listen, they played Gloucester Catholic. The Tri-County Royal is always a tough division. They lost by 3 points to Deptford, the 21-win team that is first in South Jersey Group 3. As Connor Chester gets that one to fall, 9-6. But yeah, both of these teams. I mean, listen, Audubon's played Overbrook. They played Washington Township, Williamstown, Paul Sixth, to name a few. But I think Woodbury, if we're going to talk about toughness of schedule, Woodbury easily has the advantage. Lenape, Point Pleasant Beach in December, St. Augustine and Overbrook as well in December. Then you've got Plainfield, Camden, Patrick School, and East St. Louis, along with College Achieve Asbury Park, to close out the regular season. This Woodbury team, and I've spoken with Mark DeRuggiero about this. he is adamant that the win and loss record does not reflect how he wants his team to play. He knows that this team is going to lose some games, but they have, pardon me, excuse me. I don't know what's going on with me tonight. Oh, got to drink some water. But both shots go for the Herd. Chester to Hibbs. But yeah, when it comes to Woodbury, I think, listen, Audubon's played some tough teams. They do have some common opponents in non-conference play, but easily Woodbury's got the tougher schedule. But they're only 2 wins shy of the Green Wave. As here comes a look, going up, right hand with the fake, it's good. Devin Williams gets it to fall, and Woodbury charges back to the lead. It's 10-9.
And unlike his first basket to start the game, to get him on the scoring card, that time he kind of splits the defense and jumps through the contact to be
there
able
goes
to
Hibbs in front of the Woodbury bench. Jump ball.
Man, this is getting a little bit physical here early in the second quarter. A lot of teams fighting hard for the basketball. We saw Azon Young diving for one. Now we're seeing Braden Hibbs.
I'm always a fan of physical basketball. As long as it's sportsmanlike, I'm a fan. That's how it's supposed to be played. Hibbs to Rollins. Jump stop. Ball gets spiked away, and a travel's going to be called on Connor Chester. He made the 3, but it won't count. There's a tough break there against the Green Wave.
He kind of stepped back a little bit, Chester, that time. And if he would have took a dribble into that step back, it would have been no travel call there.
In the NBA, they won't call that a travel.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Got to get those numbers up. 6 minutes left in the first half. Back to the top. Spinning around, left hand, no good. Trying to save it. Good save by Woodbury. Throws a shoulder, and the rebound goes for Young.
This Woodbury offense is just out of sync. I mean, guys are just throwing their bodies everywhere, throwing their shots everywhere. So we get a foul on Woodbury.
And a foul on the Herd here. First foul of the quarter. 5:38 left in the second. And Hibbs will bring this one in. The foul is charged against Thomas Lewis. Also a football player for Woodbury. Hibbs finds Rollins. I think Audubon's got to cut down on the three-point shooting, though. They've only made 1. I think they got to drive inside more as Young's going to get fouled. Basket counts. Wow, I'm a little bit surprised that the basket counted because he was fouled and then I don't think he was in the shooting motion when he got fouled. I don't think I agree with that call.
The whistle definitely came on the floor, but they'll count the basket. But that is a very grown man-like take for Azon Young. And like you said, Dan, what he does best, the 1-2 straight to the cup.
And 1 is good. He's got 5. I just think that he was not yet in the shooting motion when he was fouled.
Definitely was absolutely.
Yeah, that's what makes me think it was on the floor. But they count it, and Audubon's got a 12-10 lead. That shot doesn't go. Rollins rebound. Again, Woodbury just failing to make a lot of shots here. Here goes Young. Young guarded by Kevin Williams. Back to the basket. Dribbling this one up the right side, using that dominant right hand. Chester, catch and shoot. No good on the 3 ball. This one will go back to Farmer as Woodbury's offense trailing by 2. Young took the fall, and there will be a blocking foul called on Young, and I think there was enough movement to warrant the foul being on Audubon. And we'll see 2 shots here from the Herd, specifically from Devin Williams.
I feel like we talk about it a good amount, Dan. The true commit to the charge, because the more you commit, the more likeliness you're able to really get that charge foul call and draw an offensive call. But that time, Azon Young, he definitely committed to it, just kind of bailed out a little bit right at the end.
Yeah, that's the thing that I, listen, you have to commit to it all the way to draw a charge. And we talk about it over and over again. A lot of high school players don't get it right, where they just don't set up their form correctly to set up an offensive foul, as Williams makes both, or 1 of 2 rather. And it is 12-11. The junior with 5 points so far. Young up the left side in front of the Woodbury bench. A lot of passing, not a lot of dribbling. Back to Hibbs, to Young, left side. Back to the basket, double guarded. I mean, Woodbury's doubling up whoever's got the ball. So it's been a really good defensive strategy as Young gets an open look on the baseline, not open for long, has to save it. Bittner's got it, chucks up a shot, and it's good. Mike Bittner, the sophomore, puts that one down, and the Green Wave now lead by 3. Firing over to the right side, back to the top. Williams, good, 7 points, and he may be the conductor of this Woodbury offense if the Thundering Herd are going to win this game here at home, as that's going to be a foul. And definitely disagreeing with the call there adamantly was Kevin Williams, but Braden Hibbs got shoved, and now he's coming up a little bit limp. So I'm sure Brian O'Donnell not a fan there, but yeah, I mean he just checked Hibbs, and he's definitely ginger on that play. He's going to walk over to the side, but now another double guard. Hibbs with a lot of hands in his face again. Bittner from the corner of the paint, and it's good. And again, this is what Audubon does best. That inside shooting is where it differs from Woodbury's three-point attack. Now, their offense is a little bit different than what it was last year. Here comes a 3. And that was almost a remnant of last year. That's going to be Audubon ball. 16-13, 332 rather left in the first half.
Just really haven't been able to put it together here in the second quarter. It's been really a struggle for Woodbury, to say the least, here on the shooting.
Bittner misses the shot. Woodbury down by 3. Foul's going to be called on a block on Young. That's his second. Give us 1 second while we deal with a scoreboard malfunction. Not sure what exactly happened there. .245 left in the first half. We're dealing with a little bit of a scoreboard malfunction. I apologize. As that triple gets knocked down. With a foul. Again, sorry, I had to fix a couple things. So we've got 2:21 left in the second. Triple was made by Chester. We've got 4 fouls on Woodbury and 3 on the Green Wave. Or rather, 3 on the Herd, 4 on the Green Wave, the other way around. And at the line is Farmer. Chester with 7.
Yeah, and I mean, a true struggle here in the first half for Mark DeRogeris and his Woodbury Thundering Herd. You can only imagine going into the break here with 2:21 left, he's not going to be happy.
Well, Woodbury trailed at half versus Glassboro last year, and look how far it took them. Hibbs, back to Young. Working through traffic, working through a lot of contact. You could hear the slap of the wrist through our headsets as Bittner drives around. Rollins, open look from the corner for 3. No good. Chester gets a hand on it, tries to back away, and it will be Audubon ball.
One thing Woodbury is kind of letting, that is probably the second or third time I've seen KJ Rollins take a corner 3. He's wide open. I mean, we've seen Audubon have a little bit of shooting struggles in the warm-up, but that's only going to start to fall as it's taken a lot more and more.
That's a foul on the way up. Not sure who got in on that, but that's going to give Woodbury the bonus here with 1:45 left in the second. And Woodbury's going to have Farmer back at the line for the 3rd time now. So Farmer with 6. First shot is good. Back to a 1-possession game. You're from the famous Cat Payne Gymnasium in Woodbury.
And players like C.J. Hood for Woodbury, as Farmer makes his second shot. C.J. Hood for Woodbury needs to play more inside. That's really what I believe. He's playing too far outside.
I agree, absolutely. I think that he's kind of a stretch center, but he finds a way, as this one is going to get tipped away, still back behind the half-court line. It'll go to Hood. Hood, bounce pass off the foot. Now back out for three. No good. This one gets batted down, and Bittner's got it. Under a minute 30 to play in the first half. Really intense ball game, really physical ball game.
Absolutely.
A lot of fouls. Young advances across half court, back to Hibbs. High pass, gets it to Young, fires to Bittner. From the foul line, he'll get blocked. It's a foul.
And we can only ask the question, how many times are we going to see Michael Bittner be able to take that shot so openly, or be able to catch that ball at the top of the key and be able to swing it to the corner for KJ Rollins for his open three? Woodbury has to step up on that defensive tip.
You're absolutely right. As Bittner with 4 points, the sophomore. His first shot is good, 20-17. Bittner listed as 6'3", 131 points this year, 294 in his career. Played in all 29 games for Audubon as a freshman, and that's one thing that, you know, is really impressive when you can have trust in a guy. I mean, this is about the height that he was as a freshman, so it's not like he had a massive growth spurt. He was just that tall. I remember, listen, for those that don't know at home, I'm an Audubon alum. I remember hearing about this kid in 8th grade, and I remember hearing about this kid that could dunk in the, 8th grade, 10-foot rim games, and he could even dunk in 6th or 7th grade. So to hear this kid at the high school level, I'm glad to see his development. I'm glad that he's, staying to his hometown of Audubon. As this one rattles out, a lot of missed shots. Looking for a fun finish to the half. Williams runs out of room and he gets it. Devin Williams, with 35 seconds left, gets the shot to fall as he ran out of room on the baseline. Now passing beyond the half-court line. They've got to advance. Chester to Bittner, back to Hibbs. 20 seconds remaining. Over to the left side. Chester, bounce pass. Ball is loose. Turnover. And the lay for the lead, for the extension of the lead. Kevin Williams, They've got 4 seconds.
Gotta go.
For three. To beat the buzzer. KJ Rollins.
Cardiac. My goodness.
23-23. That's the end of the first half. No better way to end it on a buzzer beater by KJ Rollins. Man, this is going to be a fun night. I can just tell. Maybe not Glassboro Woodbury, but Audubon seems like they're going to play right to the whistles, as we've got a 23-23 tie score at the halftime break. We'll be back in 10 minutes right after this.
May is Mental Health Awareness Month. It is the responsibility of all of us to make sure that our friends, family, and anybody who we hold dear in our lives is feeling well. The problem with spotting mental health issues is that the symptoms aren't that obvious. Just because someone is okay or appears okay on the outside doesn't mean that they're okay on the inside. It's important that if they are in distress, that they call the right people and they get the help that they need. And it is very important that we treat each other with respect, regardless of who you are or where you come from. But it is just as important that we treat ourselves with respect, regardless of the situation going on in our lives. If you're in distress, you can call this number, 988, or you can visit any of these websites if you're not in distress, but would like to learn more information about mental health awareness and research.
Book Dog Pro Wrestling for your next event or outing for the greatest action that New Jersey Pro Wrestling has to offer. Any place, any time, any setting, Dog Pro Wrestling will bring the action to you, and you won't want to miss it for moments like this. But don't just take it from me. Take it from Max Mundo, the Dog Pro Wrestling ambassador.
This is Max Mundo with Dog Pro Wrestling. Are you a civic organization, sporting club looking to fundraise? Then look no further to Dog Pro Wrestling. We do grand openings, corporate events, and much more.
And why not from some of the wrestling talent themselves?
I'm Vinny the Fixer, and I'm the champion of dog professional wrestling. If you want to book the best, come see us. We're the cream of the crop. We'll come to any fundraiser you can think of. Just name the place, and we'll show up.
This is the upstanding Dylan Mesh, and for the entirety of my professional wrestling career, dog wrestling has been a mainstay for where I like to wrestle. So you can believe me when I say that it is quality. And I'm upstanding. I'm the only opinion you need.
Yeah! It's your boy Gabriel Hodder here with my man Matthew Oman, and if you want your events to be all fight, no flight,
then book Dog Wrestling so you can witness true primal fear. Woo!
In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
Jersey is the number 2 seed. As we said, they beat Manville 19-0 in the first round, which was even larger than Audubon's 16-0 win over Paulsboro as the 1 seed in the first round. That one's hit out towards center field straight away. Oh, she misjudged it. Got over her head in center field. Now this one's got a chance to be 3 bases for Spire. She's flying around third. Here comes the throw to the plate. It is not in time. What a way to kick off a semifinal with an inside the park home run. Emma Spire, who will take her talents to the Great Danes after 2026, lights up the scoreboard with a fly ball that got misjudged in center field. And it gets past everybody. Graham will go back to position with no goal scored. They'll count down the time out loud here. Out to the left. One final shot, and it gets through. How about a buzzer beater? How do you do? It's a lead extending goal for Justin Lewis. Ugly to end the day for Luke Pokrovsky. A little pop-up, first base side, he calls for it, and for the first time in 33 years, the Charlotte Cougars will hoist the trophy and face Middlesex on Monday. 4-3, Cougars win it. And in the battle of green and gold, the trophy stays true with the visitors. What a finish! And Shalleck will pack their bags for Middlesex and the Blue Jays when the weekend turns around to Monday. Eplite, you know, he's, again, one time leaving the bases loaded is frustrating enough. Doing it twice in a row. Oh, how about this? Line drive. They're going to, no, he's throwing it around the infield. They're going to throw him out at first. He's out. I have never seen that before. That is a 5-4-3 ground out because the third baseman thought he caught it. The home plate umpire said no, so he threw it around the infield and then got the out at first anyway because the batter thought he was out.
The batter stopped. The third baseman thought
Everybody
he caught
stopped.
it, and it
Welcome back. Former Audubon basketball player Liam Nixon is in the house and got a couple of his buddies with him as we've got a 23-23 tie game here at the Cat Payne Gymnasium. I'm Dan Wilkins, joined by Damian Waiters on the call. Ben Wilden is our producer. Dame, this has been a very entertaining first half, and I can only imagine it's going to get better from here. Very even scoring attack. KJ Rollins, who is in for Eric Young, who was listed in the scorecard as a DNP tonight. He's not on the bench either. So it's going to be interesting to see how Audubon competes without, Azon's younger brother, who's also been a great asset to this team. But Devin Williams and Jaden Farmer have 9 and 8 respectively. And for Woodbury, their offense has definitely taken it a little bit too quickly, and it's resulted in a lot of missed shots.
Yes, absolutely, Dan. We saw the majority of the second quarter. Man, I remembering back now, probably I would say all the second quarter of just Woodbury completely being just too rushed, their shots being just a little bit off, even just bodies flying across the floor. So you can even see as far as shots not being able to fall or get in the good position. Neither have players. These guys are not really able to get into good sets.
It's a 23-23 tie game. Connor Chester leads Audubon scoring with 7. KJ Rollins with 6, 2 triples, as that one is rebounded by Rollins, a Haddon Township transfer. Spun around back to Young. He'll drive in with the right hand through heavy contact. Bittner with the putback, can't get it to fall. And now it goes back to Rollins, who picks up the rebound again. It'll go back to Hibbs, who will slow it down. That's going to be the key here, slowing it down. Even if this game ends up being low scoring between these two, it doesn't matter, because in the playoffs, doesn't matter how many points you put up, you just got to win the game. As they could have a date with number 2 seed Palmyra. If whoever wins tonight will most likely have a date with number 2 seed Palmyra. They face number 15 seed Gateway, who actually had a better overall record than Audubon in the Colonial Patriot Division. You're taking a look at those standings right now. Haddonfield 24-4. That's actually the Woodbury standings. My apologies. But yeah, Haddonfield easily number 1 in South Jersey Group 2. They beat West Effort last night, but Haddon Township number 3 in Group 1. And then you've got Gloucester City, who was upset last night by Sterling. And then you saw Lindenwold and Collingswood at the bottom. Yeah, I think Sterling won by 7-8 points, but those are your scores right there. There's your Colonial Patriot standings. But yeah, Audubon was 13-13. Gateway 14-12 after just 6 wins last year. certainly have upped their game with transfer Ben Cook coming in from Gloucester Catholic and a freshman in Eddie Coryell. Taking this one up is Kevin Williams, over to his brother Devin. Back to Farmer. Now on the left side, Kevin Williams over to Farmer. The 1,000-point score. Spins, fires, good. Double digits for Jaden Farmer, the 1,000-point score. And Woodbury's got the lead back with the first points of the second half, 25-23.
You see the patience, you see the ability to set up a play set, guys being able to drive and cut and get good passes, and Mark DeRogeris definitely has a squad showcasing more discipline.
This one gets away. It's going to be a turnover. Wide open Fields in front of him. Chester went for the block just a little bit wide. And Kevin Williams gets the basket to fall, and Brian O'Donnell calls a timeout. It is a 30. We'll take a break. 27-23. Audubon leads Woodbury right after this. Welcome back. This broadcast is brought to you by Harper Driving School. Over 90% of students who take their New Jersey State driving test with Harper pass on their first attempt. Book an appointment today at Suite 4 of the Total Turf Complex in Pittman at 614 Lambs Road. 27-23, 4-0 run by Woodbury to start the third. Hibbs will inbound to Chester. 6 minutes and counting left in the third. As Audubon's going to look to retake the lead. Again, they led at the end of the first quarter, 9-6. And a low scoring, and travel is going to be called on Mike Bittner. It's the third time Audubon's been charged with a travel. And really, as we get deeper into this game, I think that, you know, the longevity of these players and their stamina is going to play such a pivotal role because neither of these teams make a lot of substitutions. You know, Dame, you and I have covered a lot of teams that make a lot of subs. Absolutely. You know, sometimes they'll have guys that, you know, maybe if they'll have maybe 9 or 10, 11 guys come in throughout the course of the game. This is the starting five that Audubon has. Obviously, Eric Young was usually in there, but now it's KJ Rollins tonight. There's a lot of guys on this Audubon bench, maybe with the exception of Noah Salerno and Grayson Heller, that will only come into the game. Besides them, they will only come into the game if no basket. Rollins, though, got fouled. So we'll have 2 foul shots here, assuming this is not on the floor. But both of these teams don't have a lot of guys that are going to play valuable minutes during the game. You know, some of those guys on the Audubon bench are going to come in if the game gets out of hand, but right now the game's not out of hand. And these players and Brian O'Donnell, they have confidence that they're going to be able to stay in this game and you know, make the proper rotations and make the proper plays. So it's going to be Azon Young at the line. They counted the foul against Farmer. Rather against C.J. Hood, but the putback by Rollins was after the foul, so it did not count, and now Young will get both shots to fall.
Yeah, that's why you kind of heard me flabbergasted right there when they had the last drive by Azon Young there. I mean, he took an absolute shot on the jump to the basket. I'm surprised the whistle came. Now it's good, but it came so late.
It's Hood back to the top, back out. Hood inside. Conducting this offense as Farmer gets it to fall. 14 points for the senior Farmer. And it's now 31-25. It's now a 6-point lead for Woodbury, the largest lead they've had tonight.
And a credit to C.J. Hood there. He's kind of joined the fight, and we talked about it kind of towards the end of the second quarter. Mark DeRogeris will definitely have him getting in the paint to utilize his height a lot more.
Chester just missed a 3 that time with Audubon down by 6. They'll have an open look in transition. That's a foul. Shot almost went that time, but we'll have more foul shots here as Audubon commits their first foul of the third.
And Dan, you even said it. You know, Audubon, you said at the beginning of this game, Audubon needs to keep on the defensive side, they need to keep pace because of the way that their offense plays. So I believe we'll see a substitution here from Audubon.
They will bring in the freshman Grayson Heller. So we got to see Grayson Heller in the ABHA ball hockey tournament down in West Deptford at River Winds on Sunday. Now we get to see him on the basketball floor for Audubon. Woodbury's first shot did not go from Kevin Williams. The second shot is also no good. As Young races in for the rebound on defense, and it'll go back in the favor of the Green Wave. Young flashes it up the floor to Chester. Young double guarded. Again, they really like to double up when Young has the ball. It's Heller in the corner, back to Rollins. He spins, he fires. It is no good. Chester, put back, will not get the shot, but he will at least suffice for 2 shots at the line. As he'll try to cut this lead. This is where Audubon's got to make their marks here and hit their shots, because Woodbury just missed 2 foul shots on the other end of the floor. That opens up the door now. If Audubon can shoot consistently from the line, that will help them superbly in this game. He kind of hit it off the front of the rim, but it went in. 8 points for Chester. Again, the 13 points per game scorer.
That's really what you want from Audubon here.
1 for 2. Smith gets the rebound. Actually, it's going to be it is going to be Smith. Travel called on Devin Williams. Referees having a brief discussion.
Just a simple hesitation that time by Williams.
That's all it takes.
Yeah, especially
That's
on the travel
all it
call.
takes.
Absolutely.
Again, in the playoffs, I mean, listen, I stress a lot that these refs they got to call it by the letter of the law, and I respect them for doing it, because it takes a lot. But these refs are trained very well here in South Jersey. As that ball doesn't go, Woodbury's going to race down the floor here, moving up, jump stop. It goes back to Hibbs as the ball came out, no whistles. 3:30 left in the third quarter. Back over to Young. Had to grab that ball as he didn't catch it cleanly. That's going to be turned over as Young goes into the first row of the bleachers. He had to fall away there as Woodbury kind of shoved him out of bounds.
Yeah, and that last 2-point shot by Connor Chester, number 10 for Audubon that we saw, just really did a great job. As you can see another shot by Chester.
Yeah, that's his 5th attempt from 3. No good. He's 0 for 5. As there comes a big save. Hibbs tried to go in, foul, and 1. Devin Williams puts it down. He's got 11 points, and he's going to add 1 more if he can hit it from the line. 33-26. 7-point lead for the Herd.
And how about Devin Williams? I mean, able to just switch up his game. We've been saying it all game. Mainly a 3-point shooter. Him and his brother Kevin. Kind of what Audubon has been trying to step out. Been trying to step out and see here earlier on in this one, but just be able to switch up his game and get to the rack, get that in one, convert right there.
Hibbs will inbound. Devin Williams, the 6'1" junior guard, again played hero last year on this very floor in the first round. Rollins in trouble. He wanted a timeout. Rollins called a timeout right in front of Brian O'Donnell, and the possession arrow would have gone to Woodbury, so they spare themselves by keeping possession. So we've got 34-26. We'll stay here with the 30-second timeout. We'll take a look at what Woodbury's gotten in their Colonial Division. Haddonfield very easily, again the top team in that card, 24-4. Woodbury had to play them twice. And then a little bit further down, again Woodbury with actually the second best team overall in that division, despite being 13-15. Haddon Heights and Paulsboro behind them. Sterling, who got the playoff win last night, they are 5th. And then West Deptford 6th in the division at 8-20. Was thinking they would maybe have a little bit of a better season after what we saw for them in the Red Devil Classic versus Cumberland, but just not the same this year. They've got some good youngsters on that team, though, so I think West Deptford's going to be, definitely a strong, kind of underdog maybe next year.
Yeah, kind of the 16th seed. We were hoping for that Cinderella shoe to fit, but, the slipper doesn't always fit, Haddonfield, a very tough team, very well-coached team as well.
Heller at the top of the key. Heavy press by Woodbury. Trying to get it out. They wanted to walk. Young had to shoot it from where he was, and he got it to fall. Mark DeRogeris in the ref's ear wanted the walk call. Again, Woodbury girls beat Burlington City 48-10 in their 8-9 game. And again, our next broadcast will be tomorrow. We will be at Lenape in the South Gym between the Vineland Fighting Clan and the Lenape Indians in the second round of South Jersey Group 4.
Oh, my.
From Medford.
It's going to be such a great game.
Oh, Rollins, he got hit.
Wow.
He wanted the call, didn't get it, and the basket goes. 16 points for Jaden Farmer.
I don't know how you don't get an offensive call right there if you're KJ Rollins. I mean,
unless they think that he embellished it. And now Chester took an extra step. They are letting the whistles go, and neither coach is going to be happy about this one.
Oh,
not a lot of fans happy about it either. 1:57 left in the third. 8-point lead for the Herd. Hibbs will inbound. He finds Heller way downtown across the floor. Strips a bounce pass inside. Young pump fakes once, twice, and gets the basket to fall. 11 for the senior Azon Young. Again, the only scorer in Audubon history with 1,000 points and 1,000 rebounds. Headed to Ramapo College in North Jersey. Williams, 3, no good. Has not had that luck from beyond the arc like he did last year where he had 5 triples. He had 21 threes across 4 games in the South Jersey Group 1 sectional title run, in which Woodbury lost to eventual state champion Thrive Charter. We've got a foul here on Woodbury.
That's the thing about that's the thing about this Thundering Herd squad. They're gonna have to really look away from that 3 ball. It's not needed right now. You're still up 6. You have to get better shots. You have to get more valued shots here, and just be able to try to build that comfort.
Yeah, my opinion is that Woodbury's trying to play a little bit too much like last year's Woodbury.
Yes.
You know, the guys that were on this team last year, that ball goes over the head of Rollins. He will save it, and it was not touched, so it is not a backcourt violation. Chester will bring this one up, though. Double guarded. It's Young. They've got him with some distance. It's now Thomas Lewis guarding. He'll find Chester. He'll move along the baseline. He's hounded. He goes up. No good. Heller can't get the rebound. Back to Lewis. Woodbury driving. They've got a 6-point lead, and we have 1 minute remaining in the third.
Now you're going to see Woodbury slow it down.
Again, this is a lot like what we saw from Kingsway last night. Even though they lost to Rancocas Valley, they're a team that loves to hold on to the ball. Not for long. Hood can't get the 3. And again, that shot selection, just a little bit head-scratching that time from C.J. Hood. And D. Rogeris looks down in front of his bench. But Lewis has been the only other player, not a starter, that has come into the game, and Heller is the same scenario for Audubon. Not a lot of substitutions, but why would you in the playoffs? Chester, no good. Tries to rip down the rebound. Heller tries to get into him. That is a jump ball. And the possession is going to go to Woodbury. No, it's going to be Audubon ball here. So they're going to sub out Devin Williams. I'm a little bit surprised here, but as we were just talking about, not a lot of substitutions. They're going to bring in NJSIAA Sotarian for the first time today. Hibbs back to Heller. Rollins. This one goes up and blocked. It's all ball. Sotarian goes back to it. They'll go up to the left side, fires it in, moves back out, cross the floor for 3, no good. 7 seconds, Chester puts it up, and it's back to Heller. He touched it last. Wow, they're going to say it's Audubon ball.
Wow.
And Mark DeRogeris is livid, and the ref's telling him to go back to his bench there. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a technical foul before the end of the night on one of these 2 coaches. These are 2 very spirited coaches. Young puts it up. He got it off, and it's well short. And Mark DeRogeris not going to have a lot of kind words for the officials after tonight, but we play on. After 3, it's Audubon 30, Woodbury 36 after the break. Welcome back. There's the boys basketball state championship banners for 2018, 2023. What a wild timeline that was. We'll talk about that in a minute. This broadcast is brought to you by the Dangerous Adrenaline Wrestling Gladiators, or Dog Pro Wrestling, New Jersey's premier pro wrestling organization with high-flying events and nonstop entertainment throughout the Garden State. Visit dawgprowrestling.com for more information. Yeah, what a story that was. 2023, Mark DeRogeris wins a state championship as a head coach for this team, or excuse me, he won it back in 2018. But then during the 2019 offseason, he steps down from the position as he had a recruiting violation and was suspended by the NJSIAA. So he said, well, I'm just going to step down. Lionel Payne takes over. And then he comes back, replaces Lionel Payne, who's now at Glassboro, and won another state championship in 2023. So he came back, it was his first year that he won a state championship in 2023, and then he won another sectional championship in year number 3 of stint number 2, as that shot just rattles out for Kevin Williams. But that's why that Glassboro-Woodbury game from last year was so special, because it involved 2 head coaches who had crossed paths directly, and one that was looking for a little bit of revenge against somebody he used to work with in Lionel Payne.
Yeah.
That shot goes 1 of 2 from Kevin Williams, who now has 5 on the night, and it is 37-30. Glassboro is also playing in this Group 1 bracket. They play number 4 Burlington, check that, number 5 Burlington City in the first round at Burlington. Over to the left side, Chester fires in. Young gets a pass in the air to Rollins. No good on the 3. That was an excellent play, but just not great execution on that as Rollins didn't hit the shot. Moving across the floor quickly, Rollins, they'll say no, it's a foul. And O'Donnell, he's got his hands on his hips and shaking his head. He will say more with that alone than he will with words.
Yeah, the referee was just trailing the play that time. O'Donnell kind of felt like he didn't exactly have the
position.
Yeah, the visual angle to kind of make that call, but nonetheless, at the two
that
shots.
Is Rollins' 3rd foul, another miss. And DeRogeris just beside himself again. They're called free throws for a reason. They're free. You gotta make them to win these games. And that's where Woodbury is hurting themselves. They are not having the best night from the line. And even on a home floor, Williams makes his 2nd. He's got 6. His brother Devin has 12. Hibbs to Young. Back to Chester with Hibbs in the middle. 2-2-1 zone for Woodbury.
Working to perfection in the 2-2-1.
And here comes Hibbs on the roll. Can't get the 3. Ball gets batted around, and it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Audubon. Woodbury ball. 6:54. And the more that Audubon, listen, Audubon has scored 7 points in this second half. This has been a very defensive game. And I think that if Woodbury can continue to shut down Audubon's defense, and if they continue to make bad shots, Woodbury's going to have a decent ticket to Palmyra on Monday.
Absolutely.
As that shot does not go, Chester brings it down to Rollins. Audubon's got to move inside. They have some height. First of all, put Mike Bittner back in the game. And second of all, use Chester and Young to your advantage. They are the ones that are known for driving to the basket. As exactly my words right there. I don't want to take credit for it, but Azon Young gets the basket inside.
Dan, they might need to give you a jacket, Dan. They might need to put you on the bench.
You don't want me as a basketball coach. The only sport I could coach was baseball, and that's about it. Moving up. Oh, that's going to be a blocking foul. Taking a hard fall was Grayson Heller. I don't know, but now we've got a Woodbury man down. That was that's Kevin Williams who took the shot. He'll get up under his own power. Just needed a second to catch his breath.
And we
the 3rd foul against Audubon.
We love to see Williams back on his feet, but I mean Grayson Heller that time.
He's definitely hurting though.
Yeah,
he's slipping over. Wonder if they're going to get somebody to sub in for him. 6:02 left in the 4th. Referee was checking to make sure he's okay. We'll go back to the line for Kevin Williams, number 3. 6'1" junior, 417 points, had 200 as a sophomore, 217 this year. That's another one missed. He has gone to the line 3 times in his 4th quarter, and every single time he has missed the first shot but made the second. at a season-high 20 in his most recent game, a 66-55 loss to Camden in the Camden County tournament. That one also misses. Back to Young.
And Kevin Williams is visibly upset with himself.
I think he's also a little bit shaken up, though, by the foul.
Yep.
So I can't really blame him. But 6 minutes to play. Chester sliding over to Heller on the right side. Here comes Hibbs. Again, Audubon's just setting up their offense here beyond the arc. It's Young inside. He's fouled. So that'll be 2 shots for Young.
In the first and second quarter, we saw KJ Rollins standing in the corner of the basket that's closest to us in the basketball court, and now he's doing the same thing in the third and fourth quarter, standing in the corner that's farther from us.
First shot no good. So many missed shots from the foul line. Both teams,
especially from the free,
supremely guilty of it. Whew. Glad my headset was on.
Absolutely.
1 of 2 is good for Young. So he brought up the floor by Kevin Williams up to the right side. Moving in, Farmer, Chester blocked. Shot got swatted away that time.
Great
Young's
block.
going to bring it up the floor. That ball gets knocked away. Refs say it was tipped. And it's going to be Audubon ball as Young was defending it, going out of bounds.
Azon Young moving fast up the court that time for the Green Wave. And, he's trying to put as many points on the board as fast as he can. That time just got picked up in a double team as soon as he crossed half court.
5:05 left in the fourth quarter. 5-point game. Still anybody's ball game. Young gets hassled and he gets fouled. And again, Azon Young is one of the best in South Jersey at doing that, at drawing the foul. He drives to the basket. He gets himself, listen, he's got a stocky build. He's 6'4". He's not rail thin by any means, but he's got a lot of muscle on him. He's really able to, whip an arm out here, whip an arm out there, really find a way to make your area as big as possible, because the more space you take up on the floor, the bigger chance it'll be that somebody's going to run into you.
Yep.
And you know what? These Woodbury players are insistent on blocking him. So when you put that all together, makes for a great recipe for some foul shots. Young did miss his first, though. He's got 13. He leads Audubon scoring. Second shot is good. Again, both of these teams have not had the best night from the foul line, as we're down to 5 minutes left in the fourth. Moving in, right side, Williams ran out of room, falling away. He'll sprint back on defense here as the shot was missed with no foul. Back to Chester, Rollins. That ball gets kicked. Kickball violation on Devin Williams. Audubon will retain possession, 4:40 left.
It's only a two-possession game. It's only a two-possession game here. Audubon looking to keep pace, and these free throws have got them back in it. Like you said, a lot of free throws here in the fourth quarter for both teams. And
already 5 total fouls. 2 fouls on Woodbury, 3 on Audubon. It's one thing that Audubon's going to have to watch out for, too, is giving up that bonus, because that could put them away if they're not careful. Hibbs to Heller, the freshman who's had extended minutes here in the second half. Across the baseline for Rollins. No good on the 3. Goes in. Young can't get it. Chester uses his height to put it back. Third chance. Timeout, Brian O'Donnell. It's a 2-point game. Audubon not bowing out of this one as a third chance putback by Connor Chester. We talked about Audubon's interior offense and how it's going to benefit them tonight, as it's 38-36. Woodbury up by 2. 4:10 left in the fourth. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We've got a 38-36 game. Honestly, still anybody's game as Audubon was charged a timeout. We've got 4:10 left in the fourth quarter. Here we go. Woodbury's crowd getting into it now that Audubon has closed the gap. Woodbury led by as much as 8 in this quarter. That one goes up. Farmer, no good. Third chance. Chester gets the rebound. Man, it'll go back to Hibbs. A 2-point ball will tie the game. Young, as he was going out of bounds. No, they're going to say Woodbury stepped out of bounds. And they will get a substitute into the ball game for Woodbury. They're going to sub out C.J. Hood. And into the game now will be number 1 in Thomas Lewis. So the lanky forward takes a seat. And Hibbs to Collingswood transfer to inbound. With running out of time, now it's back to Heller. He's on the far sideline. That ball comes out and a foul. Grayson Heller, he realizes it, he admits it. I am curious why Mike Bittner has not come back into the game. He has his, sneakers and jersey on, but he's got the warm-up sweater above it. He does have a knee brace over his left knee. So I'm curious if there's something exacerbated on the injury side, as that one goes for Farmer. 18 points for the senior. He has been, again, commanding this Woodbury offense as it's now a 4-point lead, 40-36. Hibbs, back to Rollins. On the baseline, back to the basket. That ball gets away. Rollins goes for it. He dives. Woodbury saves it, and Mark DeRugeris takes care of it with a timeout. So 3:08 left in the fourth. It is a full timeout, so we will take a full timeout as well. 40-36, 3:08 left in the fourth. We'll be right back. This is the time for the home stretch here at Cat Payne Gymnasium at Woodbury High School. I'm Dan Wilkins, joined by Damian Waiters. Going to be a fun one here as Woodbury leads Audubon 40-36. Again, winner of this game will play the winner of Gateway and Palmyra. Most likely Palmyra. The number 2 seed in South Jersey Group 1. Got to see Julian Corey and their crew. Fantastic roster. Good screen, and it just doesn't go. They had everything going for them on that play except for the shot. And now with under 3 minutes left, Audubon will look to close in, and they will look to complete the job that Glassboro was unable to do last season. Chester goes up, does not dunk it, and instead goes in for the much more conservative 2-point lay.
Yeah, I mean, that's big. That was really big there that time by Connor Chester. Able to just get the reverse and bring it back into the paint. Get an easy layup that time. It's all coming out of that timeout. All the Green Wave really needed, just 2 quick, strong baskets, and they have multiple players that can do it.
Chester is pretty sneakily fast for what it's worth. Going to the baseline there is now going up through the lane. Farmer blocked.
Another
Chester picks up his 3rd block of the game. This time it comes on the other end of the floor as now he's got the ball, 2 minutes left. He's going to try to do the same song. This time he's fouled.
Fearless.
This Connor Chester kid's pretty good. As he gets himself to the line, he'll pick up 2 more foul shots here. That's the 2nd foul against the Herd. Foul is charged against Thomas Lewis. Or check that. It's going to be against Smith. It's his first, team's 3rd. Chester makes his first. Foul shot here would tie the game if he makes it with 1:59. Just feel the the atmosphere in the gym as he's tied this game.
Something's brewing. Something's brewing.
The question is, who's going to take it from the kettle? Minute 55 left in the fourth. 40-40. Man, hard contact with Smith and Farmer. Back out to Kevin Williams.
Straight running.
How long? Here's the question, though. In a tie game, is Woodbury going to hold on to this ball here? And they will. But the question is for how long? With no shot clock and many wanting one, let's see. No good on the shot. Door is open. Grayson Heller, the freshman, with the rebound.
Goodness. Another rush shot. I mean, Dan, I would love.
This is like the Kip Cooper game that we saw.
Yes.
But now the stakes are a heck of a lot higher. Moving over to the right side, Connor Chester. Back to Azon Young. He has donned the green and white for the Green Wave for 4 years. This has been the biggest game of his career. That ball goes out of bounds. Audubon ball. They want to say that Audubon touched it last. They're not going to get that call. And there's now 56 seconds remaining. It's a hot atmosphere here at the Cat Payne Gymnasium with the wooden roof above. Hibbs, high pass. Rollins saves it with an underhand feed to Chester. Chester slides out to the top of the key. He'll hold on. Now it'll be a chess match. Who will take the last shot? Audubon 40, Woodbury 40. 45 seconds remaining. Will they have a date with Gateway or Palmyra? Chester chucks it up, tried to draw the foul, but he got the three! Connor Chester!
Oh my goodness!
How did he make that shot?
Unbelievable!
And Mark DeRogeris calls the timeout. How did he make that? There's one word for that shot by Connor Chester: unconventional. And with 32 seconds left, we'll stay here 43-40. An electric game just found one of its many peaks with 43. Connor Chester. I mean, I think the reason why his form was like that was to try to draw the foul. He wanted to, maybe have a shot at getting a three-point play from beyond the arc, but he ended up just skipping the middleman and making the shot anyway. 17 points for Connor Chester.
He definitely took a kind of out of whack shot right there. Really looking to draw the foul.
It didn't look right. I was thinking in my head as it's going down, I'm like, this is gonna miss.
Tried to jump into a chest of the defender. Defender got out the way, so he was just able to rise with no contact that time. And rise from 3-point, able to let it go. And that's just a great shot that time by number 10, Connor Chester, for Audubon.
Audubon on their visiting side of the stands, cheering. Woodbury looking to tie this game up. They needed a miracle to advance to the sectional final last year, and it came all the way back in the first round. They will need another one tonight as Braden Hibbs picks up the foul. That is 5. That is 5. 5 fouls against Audubon.
Oh, my goodness. But, Dan, how interesting is that? I mean, we're coming down to just really, really good possessions here with just a couple of seconds left in the game. And this is only going to be 2 shots with Audubon leading by 3. Their next possession really, really has to be smart. And if we're between these two teams, if somebody's going to hold the ball, it's going to be the Green Wave.
Shot is good. Again, no matter what, they'll have the lead. Devin Williams, who was the hero last year, he's got 13. Who will be the hero this year? It's no good. And an intentional foul as KJ Rollins on the way down. No foul. Timeout. Brian O'Donnell. 21 seconds left. As soon as the ball got in Rollins' hands, he took the timeout. 43-41. We'll take a break. This gym is loud. It's hard to hear myself through this headset. But Audubon possesses a 43-41 lead with Connor Chester looking to cement himself as the hero. As Hibbs will inbound, 21 and change. Rollins, they will foul intentionally, try to get the ball out, but the foul was committed before the ball went out of Rollins' hands. It's 4 fouls. Audubon needs one more committed by Woodbury to get into the bonus, which is exactly what they want. Take off as much time as possible and get to the foul line. As Rollins takes it again, he's defended back. Woodbury wants to get the ball out. They get it up the floor. That takes off 5 seconds. Here comes Heller. Wide open. Rollins, good. 8 seconds. Woodbury's got to drive. They're down by 4. Devin Williams to his man on the left wing. No good. Yazon Young clears it out. And the Green Wave ride their way to a second round berth. 45-41. They have upset the South Jersey Group 1 sectional winners from last year on their home floor with a Friday night frenzy. Connor Chester the hero. Wow. Not a lot of words can describe that game, Dame.
No, not a lot. Not a lot at all. I mean, we stopped for a couple of seconds, just trying to let the field mic just try, kind of take its place and just kind of really describe the atmosphere here in this gym right now. A team who, we saw almost a year and a day ago, I would believe, because got past Glassboro on just a last-second shot, and it was really just a Cinderella story for them, going on to Haddon Township, and then, going on to be one of the top 5 teams left in Group 1. But how about Audubon? I mean, Brian O'Donnell and his squad coming in here. Azon Young, a senior leader, like you said, 1,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, the only Audubon player to do it. And even though he had a great part in leading his Green Wave squad to a W, you talk about Connor Chester with that beautiful shot.
He is our player of the game with 17 points. He picked up that 3 with 30 seconds on the clock as Woodbury led by 8 in the fourth quarter. And just what a finish to an amazing game. But how about the contrast between February 25th, 2025 and February 27th, 2026? At the end of the game last year, this floor was mobbed with people swarming Devin Williams. And today it is swarmed with people that are shaking their heads at the loss of this game in the 10-7 matchup. Also, we have a huge upset in Group 1. New Egypt took down number 3 seed Haddon Township. I don't have the score, but it's from one of our sources. Haddon Township, the number 3 seed, went down to the Shore Conference New Egypt Warriors. So a lot of things going on tonight in South Jersey. Man. We've got 2 upsets in Group 1, and the biggest one of them all, you could argue, number 3 seed Haddon Township. But what we know is that this year's sectional final in 1 weekend from now will be completely different because both finalists from last year are out in the first round. What a finish to this game. We will see you tomorrow night. We've got a 7:30 p.m. tip-off between Vineland and Lenape in the second round of South Jersey Group 4. But from our entire crew, our social media coordinator, Haley Mejia, our graphics crew, Caleb Lane, Carson Rosso, and Fisher Giannotti, my producer, Ben Wilden, my color commentator, Damian Waiters, I'm Dan Wilkins. We will see you tomorrow night, but the final score from tonight, Audubon 45, Woodbury 41. Have a good one, folks.